Well, hello everyone. This is the a.k.a. the Witch of the Void, and today I would like to talk to you about a shop management game / restaurant game unlike any other. It is, dare I say it, cozy game that I stumbled upon accidentally while browsing Steam for a new management game, but in a very bloody, gory world, which makes it, I think, a horror slasher game called Ravenous Devils, as I fell in love with it. But before I do, there is a couple of disclaimers I think I have to make sure that you understand what it is you're about to hear about and see. This is a very specific horror game that is very gory and bloody and deals with the subject of cannibalism. It does contain a lot of gore, a lot of grotesque scenes. So, as you might have heard on TV or in movies, a viewer's discretion is advised. Secondly, as this is a rather short game, then a lot of the footage I will be showing here will contain me unlocking certain items that are locked at the beginning, unlocking certain options that are not available from the start. So, if you want to make sure that you avoid spoilers for yourself, then I would suggest listening to this video more as a podcast, so audio only, to make sure that you are not spoiling the game for yourself. Honestly, at first, I wondered if I should be uploading a review of such a game due to the topic that it is about. However, I've decided that I love horror games. I also love cozy shop management games, and this is a very weird, kinda humorous, but also gory combination of those two. And I thought, yeah, it deserves to be brought into attention of more people, of a wider audience. It is, I would say, a cozy shop management game where you are in control of a couple called Percival and Hildred, who, having to flee their previous town, arrive in the next one in hopes of reopening their shops, a tailor shop for Percival and a restaurant / bakery for Hildred, and, so to say, start anew. The twist here, introduced from the very first moment of the game, is where they are getting their ingredients and materials to run their shops from. And this is the part where we learn that Percival has a penchant for murdering people, and Hildred is using the body parts or other organs from those killed people as her special ingredient for the meals that she is preparing. Yes. So this is a game about a couple of murderers, villains, that are a couple running very unusual shops. Percival, while taking measurements for clothes for his prospects, will kill them, then tear off their clothing that he will use to prepare new clothes for the front shop, and Hildred will then cut them to pieces and starts preparing various dishes following the recipes that she gradually unlocks. And it is done in a very humorous yet still very bloody and gory way, where, following the mechanics of the game, you will be dismembering people and making food out of them in order to earn more money and unlock more ways of preparing more dishes for your restaurant and your bakery. And in a nutshell, this is it. There is a story that the game is following, where there is a person in the new town that knows what they are doing and wants them to prepare a feast for that person from specific people. And through that narrative, you as the player will be further expanding your shops, making sure that you will meet the demand of that person. And it is all done as a 2D click-through type of game, where everything will be happening across 3 floors, where on the ground floor there's the bakery and the restaurant, where on the first floor Percival has his tailor shop, and in the back of it is measurement taking place, and in the basement it will be where Hildred will be doing all of the cooking and the dismembering. If you will want to complete the game and earn 100% of the achievements, it will take you around 8 to 9 hours to do so. So as I said, quite a short game. My review will be of the Steam version of the game on my PC. However, the game is available across all current generation consoles. Will this game meet your gourmet tastes? Or perhaps you are better to sit this one out? In the next part of the video, I will try to answer that question for you. But before I do, are you here because you love horror games and you heard about this one and would like to expand and test horror games expanding into new territories? Or are you here because you love shop management games and you are interested in learning about a horror take on this genre? Either way, if you could, please leave a comment below to let me know which one is it. Or if you played the game and you have your opinions about it. And also, if you could, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos about games that are cozy, that are horror, that you can play on either Steam or Switch 2, or for tabletop games that I would like to review and share with you this year. Thank you! The game is for you if you like those B-grade, grotesque, very gory and bloody movies that are horrors but also kind of comedic. The presentation here is it's borderline uncanny valley, a little bit cartoony, so that takes away from the grotesque, from the blood, gore and horror and the topic of cannibalism, and turns it into a caricature. This kind of a Sims 3 or 4 play on the genre, and I think this is what the creators of the game intended. Secondly, if you like cozy shop management game, then I think this game does a good job at it. You will be constantly introduced to new mechanics, new ingredients and recipes that will allow you to expand your cooking. There will be different demands from the NPC characters coming to your restaurant and your bakery. And in this regard, you will be constantly waiting to get more money to unlock next things, to make sure that you have even bigger array of dishes and meals for them to choose from. And those will even further introduce those grotesque ways in which you will be getting those specific ingredients, which again mixes those two genres, a horror game and a cozy shop management game, in this very bizarre yet quite delightful way. If you are interested in games presented from the perspective of the villains, then you won't be disappointed. While it doesn't explore that very deeply, the two characters are those villains that are trying to get by, subduing their urges and be creative in how they fulfill them. And I think it's a fresh and quite nice take on the cozy game genre in that regard, because there aren't many games which you can play from the villainous side. And also, if you are looking for a game with a story that isn't too long, this one is quite short, as I already mentioned, and doesn't have branching narrative, which means you will not be replaying it over and over to see different results, then I think you will like this game. The story is short and sweet, and honestly, if you are not put off by this kind of gore and topic in your games, and you want something that mixes horror and cozy sim shop management game, then I think this game is like no other. Perhaps even the only one. Now let's think on why this game might not be for you. Right from the get-go, the game might not be for you if you really want a 100% cozy experience. As I said, you will be managing a couple of shops, so bakery, restaurant, and a tailor shop, and you'll be switching floors in order to make sure that you have everything required to run those shops, and at times it can feel quite busy, especially the meal preparation part with Hildred. She is doing so much in this game. As I said, it wasn't really stressing me out too much, but I wouldn't really say it was 100% laid back. There was a bit of running. I didn't feel the rush. I didn't feel pressure for doing those things. I was quite laid back and relaxed while doing so. Nonetheless, it is there, so I think it's important for me to mention it. Secondly, this is kinda like a point and click adventure that is 2D, where everything will be happen on 3 screens, but still in 2D, and you will be doing everything by simply clicking on the things that you want to do. Click here to prepare meat. Click here to start cooking. Click here to mix ingredients. Bring that ingredient from there to here. Everything is or can be done with the mouse, and scrolling up or down, you'll be moving through different floors in order to do other things there. There isn't much movement. You will not be exploring a town. This is only a shop management game that is in 2D. Very important. I didn't mind it. It was quite okay. Still found myself interacting with the game quite a lot. There isn't too much reading and a lot of doing. But if this isn't your thing, then this game will not feel good to you. Thirdly, if you can't stand even imaginary virtual blood, this is a very bloody and gory game. So please be aware of that. You'll be seeing all of the grotesque things that those cannibals are doing, those murderers are doing. So if you can't stand such a thing in a video game, then there is no option to turn it off. It's kind of like a core element of this game, and I think if this is not your thing, then you should sit this one out. And finally, there is a nice story there. Nothing that will blow your minds out, but it's still quite engaging, at least it was for me. However, there are no branching narrative paths. Once you 100% this game, once you go through the story once, there's really no reason to repeat it, to do things differently, to explore some alternate choices that you could make. There is none of that. So if you want that in your game, then this will not satisfy your needs. And that's it. Now for my opinion of the game. In short, I really did love it. I enjoyed my short time with it. It was a game that I could unwind to after work. There was no stress for me involved in it whatsoever. And I love this B-movie cinema that it tries to imitate in the game form. So I had a lot of fun with it. I also think that the shop management mechanics are really tight. I did enjoy them, even though it was a point and click, which usually isn't my thing, and 2D. I think they did a very good job with making sure that I was kept being engaged, that I always had things to do. The story itself really was quite enjoyable for me. As I said, they won't be breaking new grounds here, so I wasn't expecting something out of the ordinary or like really exquisite. Though I must say the ending did disappoint me a little. I won't spoil it for you, but I was hoping for more. And honestly, I do hope that they are planning something along those lines similar to this game in the future. Because I see a lot of potential, and I think if this is something that they are confident and comfortable with, a comedy horror game that is a shop management game, as live sim shop management game, then this is really a gem in the making. One thing in the story I wasn't particular fan of was this weird, I would say unfeministic approach to Hildred, who, while being villain herself and quite strong at that, if you play the game you'll see her being super strong. She also had to have this nicer side to her that her story is kind of exploring, and I must say, I really didn't like that. It's just such a yawn to me at this point. I would hope that she would embrace her villainous side and her lack of morals more, and the story, how it progresses for her, it tries to show her from this very feminine, stereotypically feminine side, which I don't think was necessary here, so yeah. But apart from that, the graphical presentation, the story elements that they had, everything really spoke to me. It really was quite an enjoyable experience for me, and I really do hope that there will be more games like this, exploring the dark side, the villainous side, but packed in gameplay mechanics that perhaps don't even make sense, like shop sim management game. I want more of this. It was quite exciting, quite fresh, and really enjoyable experience. So I hope you found this review helpful, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you and bye! A blooper just made itself. Secret. You need to say hi. Stałeś sobie. Tak, i teraz będziesz tutaj zasłaniał. Możemy stąd. Still here. Still here. No, Dad. Do you want to record this video with me? If you do, this is the microphone, this is the camera, and you have to tell everything about this game.